Hi everyone. First of all, I apologize for not being in best form. By the way, I know that some people say, "Oh, it's unnecessary to apologize on YouTube and all that," and I'm like, you know what? Since I look like a mess and since I'm not in best form, I might as well apologize for that. And by the way, in one of my videos that I recorded over the weekend, I noted definitely some of the criticisms that I get anyway, and so you'll see that when I upload those videos. And I'm telling you what, I'm just nervous because tonight's the big night. Probably, I mean, I could be wrong, but despite what tradition says, unless it says it in Scripture, and please point it out if it does, tonight's going to be probably, well, I'm trying to think here because, I mean, for people who are messianic like me, obviously the holiest day of the year probably is, okay, let's see, so, wait a minute. Alright, let me see something real quick, because I didn't think about this, and I have to go to the Bible to check this out real quick too, because I didn't think about this, and this is the first time I'm really thinking about this, because it says in Scripture it's preparation day. Okay, I just assumed that was the first day of Passover. I didn't really think like, okay, that when the evening had come, because it was the preparation day, that is the day before the Sabbath. Okay, so when evening had come, that day was preparation. I'm gonna see now. It was the preparation day of the Passover. Okay, it was preparation day of the Passover. Okay, so then we know. See, therefore, because it was the preparation day. Okay, so Jesus died on the preparation day, and then evening had come, and so it was going into the Sabbath, because it says, okay, let's see, it's preparation day, that is the day before the Sabbath. Okay, so preparation day, the day before the Sabbath. Okay, so that Passover, as I had assumed correctly, that Passover was on the Sabbath, and so, let's see, okay, so on the first day of unleavened bread, that was when Jesus rose, and if you just look at HeveCal, see, so I go to, okay, customize the calendar here, okay, you can tell I'm nervous, because this is a big day. This isn't just some joke at all. I mean, this is like, okay, this is like what I was going to say is the big day, but then again, if you're messianic like me, you consider, hey, the big day really is when Jesus rose. So, okay, Jerusalem, and, okay, so let's see, if you go to year 33, let me double check this. Okay, so, oh, wait a minute, oh, here we go. Okay, so Pesach, okay, if you go to April 2nd, the year 33, okay, so, it says, okay, Pesach 1 is listed for April 2, 33, so if you go to April 1st, 33, that's when Passover supposedly began, because, again, we don't have the care rate calculations for that. Anyway, so April 1st, 33 is when Jesus died and was buried. Okay, so then, let's see. So he rose on Pesach 2, or April 3rd, and, I mean, so probably the second day of Pesach is probably, at least like I said, for Messianics like me, it's probably the holiest day of the entire year. And for everyone else, even though tradition says the holiest day of the year is Yom Kippur, and unless it says in Scripture that Yom Kippur is the holiest day, and please correct me if I'm wrong, because Aviv is the month in which we start the year, and Passover is the feast of our liberation, the feast of our freedom, the feast where we sacrifice the Passover lamb. So, mean, this is a big night, and I got things to do, and, I mean, 'cause my mom doesn't know this yet, but I even made a smoothie in the fridge, and I'm getting some stuff ready for her dinner and my lunch, 'cause I'm not going to be eating the normal dinner. I mean, yeah, it's quinoa and salad, but for dinner I want to do the matzah and the mar, and, I don't know the Hebrew word for meat, which is really disturbing. I should have been practicing up on it, so I guess I'll look it up. I'll cheat. What I can do is go to BibleStudyTools.com, and this helps me keep up my Hebrew, because if I'm not sure about something, and I gotta get back into things, and like I said before, thank God the nightmare's over, because I'm telling you, I'm really telling you, what I was going through was a complete and devastating nightmare. And if you look at my recent blog entry, okay, so please, 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 please tell me that I'm getting this right. Well, let's see what it is in reference to Exodus. Okay, I'll try to make sure it's the right word. How did it? I mean, I just want to make sure I'm using the right word for meat in general. So the word looks like, please correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm using a concordance here. So it looks like the word is okla, and because when I clicked on the Strong's Concordance word, that's what came up. So it says, every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you, even as a green herb have I given you all things. And that's from Genesis 9:3. So I'm not necessarily going to be having lamb or cow or any... Well, I might be having cow since it's beef. And so... Okay, let me make sure I'm using the right word here, because I don't want to mess up my Hebrew. I'm telling you, I am freaking scared. I mean, this is, like I said, this is a big night. There's no way that this isn't a big night. Well, I guess the word then I should use is offering, because that's the thing that comes up in Strong's next. Leviticus 2:13. And every oblation of thy meat offerings, I guess I should use the word offering. Minka. Okay, Minka. So that makes sense. So I don't know what I'll be having in terms of meat, in terms of the Minka, but we'll see. And so if you see my recent blog entry anyway, though, let me tell you, it's just very, 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 very nerve-wracking. I had to deal with a nightmare, and I was being... I mean, that's part of why my depression had flared up so badly, because I just didn't feel like getting out of bed, and because, like, everything I was going to post, everything I was going to say, everything I was going to do, those people were stalking me, and I didn't even mention this in the blog entry, but one of them even was going on my LinkedIn profile, so he or she was obviously trying to ruin my professional life, and it's just really, really scary. And anyway, though, again, I just, you know, there's, at least, like I said, at least the nightmare with those people is, God willing, over. And, okay, so, again, like I said, I'm nervous about Passover, and I got things to do, and it's really, well, like I said before in that one video, at least I'm back, so you can see that, and just so much going on. And, by the way, like I said, I've been keeping up with things, like, for example, oh, yes, the murders yesterday. When I saw it, too, and I just thought about this, yesterday was Palm Sunday, and then today is Erev Pesach. So the thing is, unfortunately, I think that the guy who did what he did on purpose, obviously, was trying to... Oh, I was checking the news. I don't know why I typed in Bible Gateway, but I was checking the news and trying to look at what's going on. Huh. Oh, okay, it says, white supremacists ID'd as gunmen, deadly shootings at Jewish centers, and one tweeter yesterday said that he sure didn't look like a white guy, so I began to wonder, unfortunately, if he was a Daniel Burrows, or, I'm trying to remember who else I named. Oh, Dylan Klebold. I was beginning to wonder if he was a Daniel Burrows or a Dylan Klebold, but it doesn't seem like he is. But anyway, so the thing too is that the guy who did the murders yesterday obviously seemed to have timed his murders for Palm Sunday and the week of Pesach, so it's very clear that this guy was trying to lace the murders with anti-Semitism that is, for lack of a better term, that is so-called Christian anti-Semitism, because of course anti-Semitism isn't Christian in any way, shape, or form, but that's unfortunately the term that is often used when so-called Christians commit acts of anti-Semitism. So anyway, so let's see. Oh, okay. So, okay, this guy has had issues before, and so like I said, the thing that struck me the most once I thought about it is that he timed the murders for Palm Sunday and the Holy Week of Passover and Easter. So, I mean, this guy, who I'm not going to name because I don't want to give him the dignity of being named, so he was trying to lace it with anti-Semitism that is so-called Christian anti-Semitism, and it's just really, 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 really sad. And it's only going to serve to just hurt things. And it's just indescribable. I mean, how do you do that to someone? And it's just, I don't know. And people are going to say, well, that's ridiculous that you claimed it was laced with, Christian anti-Semitism. Well, again, I'm sorry, it was time for Palm Sunday and for the night before Erev Pesach, and just what else can... I mean, it's even the sad reality that my ancestors had to deal with, where so-called Christians would do these awful things, and just, you just can't describe it, or you like to describe it and then you like to go on, but then, you use too many words and you look like a fool. So, and of course there are other things going on, and I'm just reading the headline about the Utah woman who admitted to murdering 6 babies inside her house, and I'll just see, I guess I'll catch up on the headlines too, and this world is crazy. And just because for lack of a better term, just because we are in the season of liberation and freedom and what have you, it doesn't mean that the world isn't going to be the kind of place that it is. And I mean, it even says that in some of the Hadagot, that we're living in a world where people aren't going to necessarily have joy and freedom and any feeling or sense of liberation, even during the holidays such as Pesach. So it's really something to consider, and I guess I gotta go in 2 minutes anyway, because like I said, I got things to do. So that's that, and there you go. And despite the terrible world that we're living in, Chag Pesach Sameach.